Have you ever felt like your writing was missing something? Like you wanted to sound a bit more professional or shift the focus of a sentence to really make your point land? Well, today, we're turning a tricky grammar point into your new writing superpower.
Okay, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get the basics down, active versus passive. Then, we'll jump in a time machine and look at the perfect tenses. After that comes the fun part, where we find the secret ingredient that combines them. And finally, we'll put it all together. Let's do this. All right, first things first. Before we can get to the fancy stuff, we have to make sure we're totally solid on the difference between the active and passive voice. This is our foundation. So, the active voice. Think of this as your default setting. It's direct, it's clear, it's full of energy. Why? Because the subject, the hero of the sentence, is the one actually doing the action. It gets straight to the point. For instance, the chef cooked the meal. See? It's all about the chef. He's the subject, he's the star of the show. Simple, right? Now let's flip it. With the passive voice, we totally change our focus. The subject of the sentence isn't the one doing anything. Nope. The subject is the one receiving the action. So our sentence becomes, the meal was cooked. All of a sudden, the meal is the star. The focus is on the result, not who did it. And that little part, by the chef, you can add it if you want, but often the whole point of using the passive voice is that you can just leave it out. And here you can really see that shift in action. Look at them side by side. Active voice, it's about the chef. Passive voice, it's about the meal. You get to choose which piece of information is more important. Okay, foundation is set. Now let's add another layer to this, time. This is where the perfect tenses come into play. And honestly, they're kind of like a time machine for our sentences. So how do you talk about something that happened in the past but has a real result or a connection to what's happening right now? Well, for that, you use the present perfect. If you say, she has written 3 emails, yeah, the action of writing is finished. But the point is, those emails exist now. They're probably sitting in a sent folder waiting to be read. It connects the past action to a present reality. Okay, but what if you're telling a story that's already in the past, and you need to talk about something that happened even before that? That's when you need the past perfect. It's all about putting past events in the right order. Check this out. She had written the emails before her boss arrived. That little phrase, had written, is a signal. It tells us exactly what happened first. First, she wrote the emails. Then, the boss walked in. It makes the sequence of events crystal clear. Okay, this is the magic moment. We've got our passive voice down. We understand perfect tenses. Now, let's put them together and create something really powerful. You might be thinking this is where it gets complicated, right? New rules, tricky formulas to memorize. But what if I told you it all comes down to one single tiny word? That's it. Seriously, that's the whole secret. The word is been. To make any perfect sentence passive, you just slide the word been right in there after has, have, or had. It's the key that unlocks the entire thing. Let's see it in action. In active voice, someone has repaired the window. Okay, fine. But who cares who did it? The important thing is the result. So in passive, the window has been repaired. Boom. Direct, professional, and focused on what matters. The window is fixed. Here's another one. Active gives credit. The team has finished the project. But if you're just giving a status update to your boss, the passive is perfect. The project has been finished. The status is the key info, not who did it. And yup, this exact same simple rule works for the past perfect too. If you say the fire had been extinguished before the investigators arrived, you're making it clear that at that specific moment in the past, the fire was already out. Okay, let's pull all of this together onto one final cheat sheet. Think of this as your quick reference guide to solidify your new writing superpower. And there you have it, all in one place. Just look at the formulas. The pattern is so clear. To go from active to passive, for either tense, you just slot in that one magic word, been. It's that simple. A tiny change that can have a huge impact on your message. And here's the real takeaway. This isn't just about grammar rules. Mastering this is about leveling up your communication. It gives you the flexibility to be more precise, to shift focus where you want it, and to sound more professional and articulate. So now you have this powerful tool in your writer's toolkit. You can make a conscious choice. Do I want to highlight the person doing the action or the result of the action? That choice is the key to more sophisticated writing. So, my question to you is, what will you transform first?